If we've learned one thing during the president's recent negotiations with China, it's that we don't have the cards. We can disrupt their entire manufacturing economy. We can threaten them with a level of unemployment, specifically youth unemployment, that they didn't see coming. But in the end, we got rolled because of one thing, our well-known dependence on China for rare earth minerals. They got them. We need them. Although it does make you wonder, what the heck were we thinking when we started a trade war without having this rare earths issue all buttoned up and ready to go? Didn't we know that they'd ask for the moon and get it? Because we need these materials to make smartphones, tablets, speakers, touchscreens, wind turbines, semiconductors, lasers, electric vehicles, as well as the F-35 fighter jet, which is loaded with rare earth materials. Did the generals know that? I know the companies that make this stuff did. Someone screwed up, as the country these planes would most likely be used to defend would be Taiwan, and the challenge would come from China. How stupid can we be if we need Chinese materials to make our military hardware? Only a few minutes after we announced that we had reached a framework, whatever that is, the Chinese came out and say the new licenses for rare minerals will last only 6 months. Totally insulting, but typical. So what are we going to do? The only big thing the Chinese wanted was NVIDIA chips. We knew that from the get-go, and they were non-negotiable, even as I think giving those chips to China would have stunted their growth while giving them as much control over their economy as they have over ours. So what should we be doing? Right now, the White House is basically sticking it to everyone else in the world so we can punish countries that have taken advantage of our free trade at all cost policy that's been going on for decades. I get that. But it's time to make real deals, the kind the Chinese have excelled at. Right now, Brazil has 21 million metric tons of these crucial rare earth materials, 1/5 of the world's known reserves, 10 times what we have. It's starting to produce all the metals we need for magnets. We need to immediately make a deal with Brazil in return for waiving the 10% reciprocal tariff and begin to funnel money into the country. This needs to be done yesterday, Manhattan Project style. It's not like China has a monopoly on rare earth minerals in the ground. The raw materials are everywhere. It just costs a fortune to refine them, and nobody else bothered to spend the money. Then we go to Vietnam, where they're staring down the gun barrel of a 46% tariff, including on all goods that our companies make there. Vietnam also has reportedly a large amount of rare earth reserves, and more important, it has an integrated supply chain. We need to negotiate with them right now. We take the tariff to zero if they let us have co-development rights. Smart. Australia's an old friend. It's got 5.2 million metric tons of reserves. They're supposed to be of the highest quality. Time to roll up our sleeves, cut down our tariff, and make sure that we do a Manhattan Project there, too, to get the minerals in our hands. We're fine and ready to go. Plus, we should support the New Mexican project that's all about rare earths right here in our continent, something that's close by. And we can really start a great long-term relationship with a country that's no longer seen as a conduit to those who want to cross the border illegally. I know America first, but, you know, there's somebody got to be second. Might as well be our friends. Here's the bottom line. We need to make these rare earth deals with the same alacrity the White House gave out the reciprocal tariffs on Liberation Day. We need them yesterday. Then and only then will we be truly liberated. Stafford in California. Stafford.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I am doing well. How about you, partner?
I'm okay, thanks.
Good.
I want to get your thoughts on Sherwin-Williams. Thanks.
On Sherwin-Williams, okay, Dow stock now, by the way. I think Sherwin-Williams, look, I like the stock of Home Depot. Home Depot, which is, by the way, less expensive. Went now $7 today. I think some people are selling it because ICE is lining up in front of Home Depots, and then I think the stock's getting hit because of that. I need to go to Alex in Oregon. Alex.
Booyah, Jim. How's it going?
All right, Alex. How about you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So I'm calling in today about asking for a company. It's called LMB. I've followed them for a bit now. They're kind of like an owner-operator HVAC company. They're very small. They've got a pretty small float, decent insider ownership, but they're pretty expensive in the fundamental aspect of it. I'm just wondering, does this look like something I should buy on dips at all?
This one is so high. It's got such a high price-to-earnings multiple. I cannot recommend it. I don't care how. It's like Ferguson, I guess. And people just say, you know what? I'm just going to be in there. I don't care, and I don't know why. I don't want you to be in there. It's too high versus, say, a Home Depot, which is just really inexpensive. Look, we need to take a more methodical approach to tariffs. I am being very serious about what I'm saying here as offering a plan to the administration, because it's time to look past China and make some rare earth deals with the rest of the world that makes it so they don't own us. I know they don't own us. I'm telling the truth. Much more Mad Money ahead, including my exclusive with Cardinal Health, CAH. We recently had a segment on the big three drug distributors, and I told you this one was my favorite. I'm sitting down with the CEO to see if the strength can continue ahead of an analyst meeting. And you called in, you stumped me on a new defense tech stock, but of course it's really an old company, just changed the name. It's called Momentum, and I think it's got some momentum. It's kind of a project momentum. And your calls, rapid fire, tonight's edition of the Lightning Round. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.